Yeah, and that should be game, unless they have like Pact of Negation. Yep, that's gonna take out all the show and tells in their deck, and they just concede. Yep. Hello everyone, it's your favorite control mage. I'm the control guy, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Um, yeah, thank you so much for all the support, guys. Remember last video I said we hit 400? We're like, I don't know how. You guys, obviously, I know you guys like Icamarine Gauntlet, but like you guys blew that video up to the moon. We raked in a bunch of new subscribers from that video. I don't know, man. Like you guys are crazy. Thank you so much for all the support. I don't know. I'm just grateful for you guys. I hope I can keep delivering good content for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy me making people miserable. And yeah, thank you. I got so many nice, like so many nice people coming in, complimenting me and stuff in my comments last video. That was super wholesome. I really appreciate it. So let me try and deliver for you guys. Due to popular demand, today we're going to be playing best of three timeless. A lot of people have asked me for best of three multiple times, so that's the idea for this video. I was just gonna get my best of three deck and just show it. It's still a work in progress. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Might be some wrong choices, but hey, I just wanted to get this out there for you guys. That being said, let's get right into the deck tech. All right. So as I mentioned, we're gonna be playing Jeskai Control in best of three today. This is my best deck in timeless right now, and I just think that playing it in best of three is reasonable. Also, I got a comment asking to play this deck in best of three. So yeah, basically for best of three, we made a couple minor changes to the deck, and then obviously had to construct a sideboard. Minor changes, I don't know the actual numbers, but I somehow squeezed a Tamiyo into the deck. I think Tamiyo is really good, and just having an additional engine in the deck in best of three is really nice, because in best of three, you obviously don't enjoy the benefits of the hand smoothing algorithm as much. I think I added a land to the deck as well. Yeah, 23 lands in the main deck. So yeah, just making sure you don't get screwed on two lands and have your selection. But pretty much after that, it's pretty much the same old Jeskai control deck, which is basically just blue-white control splashing red for Phlage. So we just have the Tamiyo Brainstorm package now. You run Source of Plowshares, Solitude, and Leyline Binding for 12 catch-all removal spells, 4 mana drains to mana drain into the One Ring, Jace the Mind Sculptor as an alternate win condition, Teferi to stop shenanigans and win against other control decks, and then you just win with Arena of Glory and Phlage. That's the win card, that's the deck, that's the main deck. But now, obviously, for best of three, we need a sideboard. So let's see some picks here. So for graveyard decks, we bring in Surgical Extraction. This is a really good graveyard hate card. You could obviously also play like some like Rest in Peace or full Leyline of the Voids. I think this is the best option at the moment for me. Subtlety is in here for the control matchup, but also can be good against something like that deck that wants to Dark Ritual out a Sorin on turn one. If you Subtlety their Sorin, they're pretty much in a bad position for the rest of the game. Then we have Cleansing Wildfires. This is for the Titan Field matchup and for the Shift and Show matchup. Being able to blow up Field of the Dead and Shifting Woodlands is really important, so that's why we play this. Then we have Narset, part of Veils for control matchup. You can just bring this in against One Ring decks or against control decks. She just is pretty good. Just a catch-all, gives you a little bit of card advantage on the way. That's pretty nice. And then at the bottom here, we have an extra Wrath of the Skies. We currently have 4 sweepers in the main, but against something like Boros, you're going to need an additional sweeper. So yeah, there's that. Now, the extra cards that look very spicy are the following. So we have High Noon and Test of Talents in. This is for show and tell. So for show and tell, we can board in High Noons so that when they show and tell and put in an Omniscience and you put in a High Noon, their turn just ends because they've cast a spell this turn. So basically we can kind of like juke into a High Noon deck. Against some decks, I even like to take out all my One Rings and juke into being a High Noon control deck. Orum's Chant similarly, if they show and tell and you Orum's Chant them in response, if they put in an Omniscience, they can't cast any more spells. So that's pretty cool. Orum's Chant is also pretty decent in the control mirror because Orum's Chant your opponent, they can't cast spells, and then you get to resolve your Teferi is very, very powerful. Or you like get like Arena of Glory or Phlage and just kill them. So that's pretty good. Obviously, if they try to like Phlage you, you can Orum's Chant, so Phlage can't attack. There's a bunch of cool use cases for this card. This card is, I love Orbs Chant. I think this card is really cool. I have a whole deck built around it that you guys might see sometime soon. But there's that. And then finally, we have a little bit of a juke in our sideboard in case our opponent tries to graveyard hate our Phlages, right? We can juke into becoming a Subtlety and Narset Enlightened Exile deck. This is another card that is really powerful with Arena of Glory. So what Narset says is creatures you control have prowess. So your Subtleties, your Solitudes, they all have prowess, which is really good in the control deck, obviously. But then whenever Narset Enlightened Exile attacks, you exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from a graveyard and copy it, and then you may cast the copy without paying its mana value. So what this does is, say you're playing against a mono black deck with like One Rings and Thoughtseize and stuff, and they board in 4 Leyline of the Void, and you know they're going to board in Leyline of the Void or Surgical Extraction for your Phlages, right? Or like you're playing against, I don't know, something that has Surgical's main deck or whatever. You board out all your Phlages and board in Narsets, because this card can steal from your opponent's graveyard, and when you Arena of Glory it in, you can just straight up pop off. Obviously, if you cast 2 spells before you attack with Narset, this can copy a One Ring from the graveyard and just start going crazy like that. So that's my idea. I don't know if this is like actually good. I wanted to test this because I had these Narsets, so I thought that it could be a fun juke to not be a graveyard focused win condition, if that makes sense. Other than that, we're pretty much pre-boarded against creature matchups. Honestly, that's why we only have the one Wrath of the Skies as an out. You can bring in Orm's Chant against Forest aggro because you can, do the can't attack mode, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we're pretty much pre-boarded. We have 1 rings to stabilize. We have 4 board wipes. We have 12 removal spells. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of the times you're gonna see me board out Tamiyo and board in like some answer or something. But yeah, let's get into the games. Honestly, like it's hard to explain all of that in best of 3 because there's a lot of different matchups in best of 3. There's a lot of decks I've never seen in best of 1 being played in best of 3. Especially since they added Violent Outburst for Cascade and the Artifact lands for Affinity. There's a lot of cool decks running around. Let's just get into the games and see what we play against. Obviously, because it's best of 3, there's gonna be 2 to 3 games per match. So I don't know how many games I'll fit into one video, but I don't know. We'll just see and figure it out. I tried to queue ranked. I don't know if I did queue ranked. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so right off the bat, you see no hand smoothing algorithm. We just have to mulligan this. This hand is decent. Obviously the colors aren't great, but it's okay. We do have a very cost-reduced Leyline Binding. I think we can keep this one. And I think I'm going to be bottoming Jace because he takes double blue and we just don't have that yet. So yeah, let's do that. On the City Sewers. Opponent also on a mulligan to 6. Very normal in Timeless. You see a lot of mulligans. I think what I want to do here is I want to fetch a Surveil land. And I think I'm going to fetch a blue Surveil land. Oh, okay, we're playing against Show and Tell. That's fair. Okay. So against Show and Tell, our game plan changes a little bit. We just want to find counter spells and Leyline Bindings, which we have. Should be fine. We need a land here so that we can cast our counter spell. Surveil that to the graveyard. So we missed a land drop. That's okay. We have double Leyline Binding, so if they don't have, say, a Born Upon a Wind, we should be able to win here. Well, or at least stop them if they go for it right now, which they seem to be doing. Let's just hope they don't have a Born Upon a Wind. Oh, Dark Ritual. Okay, cool. Show and Tell. Sure. Leyline Binding. So they shouldn't be able to... They could have Born Upon a Wind or Traxa here, but they don't seem to, so... We're fine, and we have that answer, and we drew the land. That's great. So now we can just start taking over the game with Tamiyo. This is why I have the singular Tamiyo in the deck. Just being able to take over the game with these card draws is super irrelevant. I think I will just counter this one, because this one's probably going to put an Atraxa into play. So I'm going to counter this Show and Tell. This Show and Tell is probably trying to put an Atraxa in, so I don't want to waste my thingy. Yeah. I can flip Tamiyo here as well, which is pretty cool. Let's draw a card. Oh, nice, a mana drain. Maybe I don't want to flip Tamiyo then. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the mana drain up. I'm not gonna flip Tamiyo yet. I'll take another land, I think. Yeah, I'll take another land. Just gonna attack with Tamiyo. Oh wait. Oh no, but I've made my land drop. Okay, that's fine. All right. Let's just take another go with the game with Tamiyo, draw some cards. Eventually, we'll find a Phlage and just kill them. They're gonna put a thingy on top. That's okay. I'm just gonna counter it again. This is down that tracks though, because think of it this way: they had to win before, right? Okay, they concede the first game, and we have a very strong sideboard pan against Show and Tell. So against Show and Tell, the One Rings come out entirely. We bring in High Noon, Orm's Chant, and then we can take out some Swords to Plowshares because we're not really going to use that. Bring in the Narset and Test of Talents. Heck, you can even bring out like even more and bring in Surgical Extractions. You could try to bring in Subtlety for their sideboard plan. But I'm pretty sure we're very heavily like boarded against them anyway. I'm gonna keep 2 swords in case an Atrax is ever in play and we have to kill it. Solitude is a good creature to beat them down with. You could, in this case, this is one of those matchups, if you wanted to, you could change your board plan entirely and take out your Phlages and bring in Narsets, but they haven't even seen Phlage yet, so they don't know that they need Graveyard Haste, so I'm just gonna leave the Phlages in. Yeah, like it's just I could board more. I could bring in surgicals. I could bring in subtleties because these are the worst because these are just flashing attackers. But I'm not gonna overboard. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We have Orm's Chant, High Noons in, and yeah, that should be fine. Let's just run it back. Yeah, but we're very heavily like pre-boarded against Show and Tell as well because we have Leyline Binding's main deck. But yeah, now that we have High Noons, it's not gonna look good for them. Opponent does go first. We have a mana drain in hand. I think we can keep this hand because keeping 7 is very powerful, especially since we have won a game already. This deck doesn't usually do anything on the first 2 turns of the game. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna play this Arid Mesa and fetch a Surveyor land off of it. Yeah, you can board out board wipes too. Actually, yeah, I think I should have boarded out board wipes and just gone for the surgicals. If there's a game 3, I'll do that because our board wipes are useless against them anyway. So yeah. Yeah, definitely. I definitely should have boarded out my board wipes and brought in. I could even just bring in the Narsets. But to be fair, Wrath of the Skies destroys defense grid, so that's important to know. Wrath of the Skies does destroy defense grid. Inquisition of Kozilek. Sure, that resolves. They're probably going to take my mana drain. I'm going to cycle my Tune the Narrative. Yep, take mana drain. My life total doesn't matter in this matchup, so I'm just gonna cycle that. Pass a turn. So they could probably go for a win here if they really wanted to. So I'm gonna play Scalding Tarn and bluff that I drew something, even though I didn't. Oh, they don't have a land? That is really good for me. That's really nice for me. Okay. Do I keep this? Nah, I need to draw something good. Tamiyo is a start. Test of Talents on top, so I don't have anything this turn anyway, so I might as well just play this. If they go for it here, that's a shame, but there's nothing I could have done. But yeah, opponent is thinking a lot. Brainstorm, that's fine. That means they can't win this turn. A Thoughtseize effect doesn't help them because I have Test of Talents on top of my library, not in my hand. Yeah, we're pretty good against Show and Tell, I would say. Yeah, our deck just is very good against that because that's just a timeless meta game. Show and Tell is a very strong deck in timeless right now, so obviously my decks are constructed to beat it in a certain way. So yeah, we have a lot of main deck answers for it, and then when we sideboard, it's pretty much trivial. So now they're gonna either search for something or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they run Fatal Push main deck. I don't know. Off the board. So they're gonna crack a fetch land, and then what? Are they gonna surgical me or something? Shuffle my deck. Abrupt Decay. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. I'm not fighting over that. Can't be countered anyway. That's okay. Tamiyo is just an ultimate plan here. Just gonna pass the turn. Maybe they try to show and tell or something. I don't know. Yeah, and that should be game, unless they have like Pact of Negation. Yep. That's gonna take out all the show and tells in their deck, and they just concede. Yep. Yeah, we have a very strong game against show and tell. So yeah, pretty straightforward, honestly. I don't know how many of the meta decks we're gonna play against in this video, because obviously my deck is constructed to beat this deck. Like they brought in Croson Grip for like Leyline Binding and stuff, but like my deck is built to beat them. So I don't think they should go for it here. I think they should just assemble a team for some hand hate or something, but I don't know, man. Yeah, this is gonna take out all the show and tells from their deck. Let's actually see what their sideboard plan was. So they boarded into Croson Grip. And Veil of Summers, and Hullbreaker Horror. Yeah, I know that this deck borders into Hullbreaker Horror sometimes. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, wow. Okay. They had the win. They had the Mastermind's Acquisition in hand to win outside the game. But they seem to have a very weak sideboard plan against control. Like, they only boarded in three Veil of Summers, and 2 Croson Grips. I don't know about that. But to be fair, half of the, no, actually. I was gonna say half their sideboard is needed to win anyway, but it isn't. They only need 1 approach to the second sun in the sideboard. So yeah, I don't know what their sideboard plan is, but that's probably not gonna be enough against control. Oh yeah, they boarded like into Abrupt Decay as well. So 2 Abrupt Decays, 3 Veil of Summer, and 2 Croson Grip. Yeah, cool. Well, we're so pre-boarded against them anyway, and we just had amazing sideboard options like Test of Talents against them, so we won. GG. Playing against Teferi Avatar, that usually means the control mirror. Opponent goes first. Okay, we have a 1-lander. We're gonna have to mulligan this one. This one's keepable though. I'll put back a ring. We have Drain Ring. I assume they're gonna be on control. Yep. Looks very controlling to me. I'm just gonna play this tapped. Solitude. I don't think we need Solitude yet. We need lands. If you want to hit land drops against control decks, hitting lands is everything against control. Oh, beautiful. My deck is just delivering. See if they try to go for something on their turn. I don't think they will. If they're a good control player, they will not go for anything. They'll just keep tapping, playing draw go. Ooh, Zagos Triome. So are they also on Leyline Binding? That's not impossible. This could be a straight up... Yep, this is just a straight up mirror match. Okay, that's fine. I like that. I'm going to Brainstorm. We don't need 2 One Rings in our hand right now. They can choose if they want to counter this. I don't think it's worth countering this, because my hand is decent. It's just, I don't need 2 One Rings. I can put one of them away. Alright, that's good. Let's put back this, and probably... the Triome, I think. And then we can fetch... We don't need to fetch a Survey Land here. We can fetch a... I'm going to fetch that Triome, actually. Why are they glowing? Like, genuinely, why are they glowing? What is this? Is this like a new effect? Oh, is that... Oh, that's priority? I've never seen that animation. So there's an animation when you have priority? That's so interesting. That is... I've never seen that. This has to be new. This has to be new, dude. I've never seen that before. You glow when you have priority? That's so cool. That's such a cool indicator of, like... Oh, wow, okay. I've never seen that before. I did not know that's how that worked. Alright. Green... A green land straight up? That's interesting. They're not on a conventional control deck. They're not on a normal control deck. They might just be on 4-color control. That's very interesting. You don't usually see like stuff like that. All right, Meticulous Archive. Let's keep surveilling. Trying to hit land drops. I'll take a tune the narrative. Or actually, I could just bin it. Yeah, I'll just bin it. It's the same as binning it is the same as drawing it because it just replaces itself. The only difference is that I would get 2 energy, but I think energy isn't relevant in this matchup. I would be bold enough to assume energy is not relevant in this matchup. Yep, keep drawing lands. That's exactly what I like to see. I'm keeping the Flooded Strand in case I need to fetch my island, my plains, but I don't think I do. Yep, just keep on fetching. Eventually, I'll probably just put a Brainstorm on top of my library. Keep fetching Surveillance. Get that good old card selection. Oh, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see. More lands. Yep. Our hand is double counterspell, one ring, and lands. That's all we need. In the control mirror, all you need is land drops. In game 1, at least. In game 2, you can start thinking about stuff, but just land drops. Land drops, land drops, land drops. That's all you need. They're doing a good job of not revealing what they're actually playing, though. They're kept on top, though. That's interesting. Elegant Parlor. Let's see if they mill a card here. Look how much card selection we've gotten. Leyline Binding. Yeah, sure. You're just a control deck, I guess. Let's fetch. Is it a lost Surveil Land, I believe? I don't think I need to fetch a Surveil Land, though, because my hand is decent, so I'm just gonna fetch normal cards. Alright, Wrathless Skies isn't exactly what I need here, but that'll be fine. Then step Flash and Solitude, maybe? That's possible. They might do that. Nope. Nope. That's how you win the mirror, by the way. You want to flash in like a Solitude or something on end step. Oh, just Phlage, main deck, main phase. I'm gonna counter it because now I get ring mana. I'm countering this for the mana. This is ramp. This is a ramp mana drain, by the way. I don't need to mana drain that Phlage. I'm not scared of it at all. This is only for the ramp. Alright, let's surveil again. Another ring? I think so, right? Alright, let's put the mana drain back on top. Use our non-blue source and cast a one ring. They'll counter it. They will not counter it. We have now officially gained the advantage, baby. Let's go. Oh, Leyline Binding? Nah. Do they have to waste their counterspell here? Ooh, nope. The Leyline Binding resolves. Do we draw the card? They have another binding. Okay. That's fine. Do you know why that's fine? Because we pass phases and we get 6 mana, so we just cost another ring. And now they really have nothing. So now we have a counterspell, so now we have the advantage. They wasted 2 Leyline Bindings, one of them is already milled, so only 3 bindings in the deck. We have protection from everything. We have an active one ring. We're doing pretty good. Omnath, that's fine. I don't care about Omnath here. It's just a creature. Yeah, they make 1 billion mana, but that's okay. Oh, they're gaining life instead. Okay, that's fine by me. Yep. Source the Plowshares the Omnath. They can gain life in response, but life isn't what this game is about. Life is not what this game is about. Sure, gain 4. So they are the Omnath deck, but they do run counter magic, which is very interesting to me. Now you're not keeping Omnath. There we go. Kill that. Counter my swords. So they are on the 4-color Omnath build, but they run counter magic. That's very important to know. They can bring back a Phlage, I guess. Change the narrative, sure, that resolves. Do I counter a Phlage here? I don't know. I think I do because I can't come back this turn. Then I get to draw 3 cards and cast another One Ring, and I have a creature in play. Like, what's the... Okay, they can resolve a ring, sure. They get, like, 1 card off of that. That's fine. That's fine. They get 1 card off of it. I'll probably draw an answer to the ring. Or not. Let's draw 3 cards. Yep, there we go. There's an answer to the ring. I'm gonna Brainstorm. My Wraths of the Skies aren't very good. Let's put Wrath away and Wrath away. Let's get my planes, I think. Let's reset our ring. Draw another card. Oh, Teferi. Let's plus. Let's plus Teferi. And they are protected from everything, so there's no point. They can't Phlage yet. They need something in the graveyard to Phlage. Interesting. You don't Boseiju my... You don't Boseiju my Leyline Binding? Are you sure? You don't Boseiju my Leyline Binding? Are you sure, opponent? I think you do. That's a very interesting play. You don't Boseiju my Leyline Binding? Interesting. How many fetchables do we have left in the deck, by the way? We have 2 Steam Vents still in the deck, so we can play a fetch land. That's a really interesting play by my opponent. I'm going to Brainstorm, actually, because I have some bad cards in my hand. Replace them with some more bad cards. I can Brainstorm in response to something. I don't need to Brainstorm yet. That's so interesting. I think you should... He's supposed to Boseiju, right? Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can find a mana drain. We have 3 in the deck, 2 in the deck still. Let's see if we can find a mana drain. We cannot. Okay. Let's put... I don't know. What can they even do with this Teferi? Not much. They can plus it, but I can still kill it. But then they get to Phlage. They get to have a Phlage on the battlefield. Okay, let's put away board wipe and put a land on over it. Okay, they get Teferi here, that's fine. Now we're both playing at sorcery speed. They still don't have enough cards in their graveyard though for Phlage, so that's good for me, I guess. What are they going to do with this Teferi? Are they going to plus it? I would assume they are going to try to plus. They bounce that, okay. How many rings are in my deck still? There's 1 ring left in my deck, but I have a Teferi. Oh, they're gonna take my Teferi. That's their plan. Okay, cool. I think I keep this ring. Leyline Binding. What are you gonna take? My ring? No, my Teferi. Okay, that makes sense. Still not enough cards in graveyard for Phlage, but they have a Phlage from hand. Okay. So they kill my Solitude. Okay, still not enough cards in graveyard for Phlage. I need 1 more card. And they actually tapped out of double blue, so I know they can't have a counterspell. So let's shuffle my deck. My own Phlage. You can't have counterspell. Spell Pierce, I'll pay. Spell Pierce in a f***ing control deck is crazy. This, my friends, is why you don't play Spell Pierce in a control deck. Alright, they're gonna Phlage here. Sure. Ooh, Arena of Glory, that's cool. It's not gonna work out the way they want it to, but it's cool. Wrath of the Skies for 2. They're gonna blow up my thing to get... Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. We're gonna blow up all the Leyline Bindings. I'm gonna keep this Teferi. They're gonna try and tap their ring. I'm gonna Leyline Binding their ring. That's why I paid with red for the Spell Pierces, by the way. So yeah, now they know that Phlage can't be countered, so they're gonna try and Phlage, but they don't actually get anything off of the Phlage because I have a Source of Plowshares in my hand. Target. Oh, just target face. Okay, well. The Phlage is gone. Ouch. Ouch. Bounce my ring back to my hand. Play Jace the Mind Sculptor. And now they can't really win anymore. Decline. It doesn't really matter what I exile, so let's just do that. Yeah, that's fine. I know they're drawing a land here. Subtlety. They can keep that because it's just a main phase creature because they have Teferi. Let's play Tamiyo, because why not? GG. Alright, they're dead. Outcontrolled them. I think they lose that because my deck has more is more stable because it's only 4 colors. So here actually I think against control we board out the Phlages and board in Narsets. I like Orb's Chant against them, against control decks in general. We can board down on Wrath of the Skies and take out Supreme Verdict entirely. Swords is actually pretty good, but I think I can go down 1 Swords, so we can bring in Test of Talents and 2 Subtleties. So this is going to be about tempoing them out. There is obviously... You could board in Surgicals if you want to. If you... Maybe you could board in Surgical, but I don't think we need Surgical in this matchup. Yeah, you can Surgical their Phlages, but I don't think we need it. And yeah, we board out our Phlages here so that we can play a Narset game instead. Because then we don't lose the Graveyard Hate. I don't know if that's the right play, but I'm going to do it here. So let's run this back. So the question is, do I want Surgical for Phlage? We're down to 1 Wrath of the Skies in the deck. That might be a mistake too, I'm not sure. But I think if we're down to 1 Wrath of the Skies, we can go down 1 and board it 1 Surgical, just in case. Because Surgical is also a nice card against control decks, because you can Surgical out all their counter spells or whatever, right? And don't forget, they are 4 color control. They're not just blue-white. They have some other weird cards in the deck, probably. Alright, keep... Do we keep this? If we find land, this hand is decent. But without land, I think this hand is unkeepable. Because we're in the control mirror, right? They're going to have removal spells for Tamiyo. I think we mulligan once. Yeah, this hand is so much better. Okay, we keep this hand, keep 6. I think we bottom the swords because it's a control mirror. It's not a... They could be playing Tamiyos, technically, for Swords to Plowshares, but I don't think we need swords here. They went down to 5. Okay. And then our deck obviously is just being wonderful and just giving us lands. Lands are all you need in control mirrors. Lands is all you need. I'm going to just fetch Surveil. Actually, no, I don't need to. I'm going to fetch Spara's Headquarters. And then I'll start fetching Surveil lands if I need to. Because we're just beautiful. We're just drawing more lands. Oh, it's amazing. It's so amazing. Change narrative, that's fine. I wonder if he kept his board arts in. I wonder if he kept his board wipes in. I'm gonna fetch a red surveyor land of this. We know that Boseiju is spent as well. Jace is good, I'll keep Jace. Shock, Teferi. That's fine. That draws one card. Pluses, okay. That's okay. Leyline Binding. Teferi's gone. Play this tapped. Pass the turn. Omnath. I don't know about Omnath. They have a land. I think I'm going to pitch Subtlety here. And then I get to resolve maybe... I get to either resolve Jace or the One Ring. I think if I resolve the One Ring here, I'm doing pretty well. But Jace also just puts Omnath to the bottom, so I think that's pretty cool. Take action.
No! Fuck! Shit!
Now they have to... Yeah. Now they just concede, because they just can't beat Jace right now. Okay, well... There you got to see 4-color control. The first match was very interesting. The second match, not so much. It was just a matter of who's going to tap out first. And actually, fun fact, them resolving the Teferi actually lost them the game, because I don't know what their hand is, obviously, but when you tap out like that, and I can then just answer your Teferi for 1 mana and hold up my interaction, it's just not good, man. Like, I don't think them tapping out there was the play. I get to now just chase them out, basically. I don't know if I'm going to plus next turn or if I'm going to brainstorm and try to fix my hand a little bit, get some more interaction in my hand. But yeah, that was rough for them. The 4-color deck, obviously, it can go way over the top of control, but it also just hard loses to control because control just can answer what they're doing, and then it's just, what do they do, right? Like, what do they do about me just taking over the game here? So, yeah, good game, I guess. Those games are both pretty quick, so I think we can do one more. Yeah, we can do one more. Okay, we actually get to play first this game. That's fire. And we open with 2 lands and Solitude. I think we just keep this. That's amazing. Great hand. We on the play. Love that. We need to find lands, obviously, but we have Brainstorm as well, so we should be fine here. We're playing against Oops All Spells, which is a little bit scary, but I think we'll be okay. As long as we find lands here. I'm going to bin the One Ring here. It's too early for that. My turn. Okay, well. Let's see what they do here. Ooh, pass a turn. Oh, I like that. And we draw mana drain. Okay, I'm going to try and high roll and get a land off this Brainstorm. If not, we're just Brainstorm locked, but that's okay. Because they can't have a Bowmaster here unless they want a Dark Ritual Bowmaster. We hit a land, but unfortunately it wasn't a good land. That's okay though. Let's put back the board wipes. Let's hope they don't try to go off next turn and try to go off the turn after that. Or let's hope they just put a Charbelcher to play right now, because then we can bounce it with Teferi. Shock. Dark Ritual. Charbelcher. Do you have the other Dark Ritual? They do. We're just dead here. They're just going to activate that and throw their library at us, but that's fine. We're going to play this out so that we get to see their library. Nothing you can do here. This is going to deal like 50 damage to you. Revealed cards, we're going to just quickly look at... Oh, it just instantly sideboards us. It doesn't let us look at the library. Okay, Arena, fun deck. Fun game, Arena, fun game. Okay, so against Charbelcher, Oops All Spells, what do you really even do against them? So you don't need your swords or your board wipes, really. So let's start by boarding down on board wipes. Orm's Chant is good against them. We could side grade into a High Noon deck, but I don't think I want to do that here. Just in case. They could have a Reanimator side plan, so I am going to board into this. Cleansing Wildfire is just land destruction against them because they have no basic lands in their deck. We could board down maybe some Solitudes because Solitude can come down. We can go up Subtleties as well because they do have they usually have the Sorin plan in their deck. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, what else I want to do. I kind of want to make room for Test of Talents. I feel like we just win anyway against this deck. So hell, we might even board out the Phlages. I'm thinking of if I want to board out Phlage, maybe for Narset, because Narset wins faster than Phlage because you can Thoughtseize them with their own spells. But actually, nah, I like having Phlage. Let's keep Phlage in. I want to make room for a... I want to make room... I'm going to remove one of these for a Test of Talents. Alright, let's see how this one goes against Soul Spells. Orm's Chant is good because you can Orm's Chant after the Dark Ritual. Let's blow them out. Play first. This is a good hand. Keep it. We can Stone Rain them on turn 1, on turn 2. Set them back a turn. Shock that in. Dark Ritual. Defense Grid. That's interesting. Okay. That's fine. That's their plan against control. Okay. So we're not going to be interacting yet anyway. Test of Talents would have been sick. That would have been a sick draw last turn, but let's just Cleansing Wildfire their land. They don't have basics, so that's just destroy target land, draw a card. Oh, Teferi can bounce the defense grid next turn if we draw an untapped land. Let's see if we do. Dark Ritual again. Their hand is just nuts, I guess. Necro Dominance, that's really unfortunate. Their hand was really powerful here. We might just lose. Okay, we do find this. Teferi. Just play that again, that's fine. And the Grief, that's okay. I have a lot of interaction, I just need to find a way to beat the Necrodominance or the defense grid. They're also getting pretty low. They're getting pretty low. Oh, Cleansing Wildfire was a great pickup here. And I might end up just beating them to death with Solitude, honestly. Let's Cleansing Wildfire their Black Source. Draw a card. Two life. They have another Dark Ritual. They got very lucky with their Dark Ritual draws this game. Goblin Charbelcher. Do I have a way of drawing a card? Because they need mana. I don't think I can lose this, actually. Because they need mana to activate the Goblin Charbelcher. They need mana. They have to, if they find another Dark Ritual, actually. If they find, hold on. If they find their fourth Dark Ritual, I lose. But they can't bolt in a land. They're at 2 life. So if they find the fourth Dark Ritual... Oh, but I can't actually even do that. Okay, let's just see how this plays out. So, Necro... They draw 1 card, okay. I'm gonna destroy their Black Source. And they concede. Okay. So yeah, Necrodominance putting them at very low life totals won us the game there. Alright, we did have still Phlages in, okay. So they know that we're on a Cleansing Wildfire beta backup plan here. If they're playing Necro, obviously Narset is very good. I think that is... I don't know about the Test of Talents. It only takes out their Dark Rituals, but if it does take out their Dark Rituals, that's so powerful, right? We do have the Graveyard Hate plan already. We now know that they're on a defense grid strategy. I think we keep the deck pretty much the same. Solitude is okay. I think I want to board down... What do I board it? I think I want to board down a ring because I brought in a Narset. I want the Narset against the Necro Dominance. They're on the play here. They're gonna have a crazy hand. We basically need Solitude or Subtlety. Preferably Subtlety. Okay, they're definitely gonna play first. This hand doesn't cut it, I don't think. I don't think this hand is good enough. We do have the Subtlety, but we don't have a good land. This hand is better, but it struggles a little bit. I think I put away the one ring, because we're nowhere near that. Yeah, we just have to survive. I'm going to start on the tap land. Grief Scam. Do I want to go all in to stop them here? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. They might reanimate my Solitude. It's not impossible, but if they reanimate my Solitude, that isn't as bad as them reanimating, say, their own Grief. They're gonna take Leyline Binding here, I think. They could take Test of Talents, but I think they should take Leyline Binding. They took Test of Talents. Okay, that's cool. That's fair. Then they play a land, Dark Ritual, something in? No? Okay. It's more of a slower hand, I see. Gonna play this, gonna play Flooded Strand, then fetch a Surveil land. Unless I need to fetch an emergency Triome. Actually, no, I don't even need to do that. I can fetch a Steam Vents if I needed to. So that's cool. Play another land. Surgical is great. Alright, let's see what we draw here. Duress me. Sure. That's fine. Take my surgical. I'm gonna get a red Surveil land, I think. Mana Drain is good. Keep that. I will be countering a hand hate spell here. Nothing. I like that. I like drawing a land here. We're starting to stabilize. If they just do nothing, that's really good for me. Solitude. Okay, sure. What do they exile? Witch Enchanter? Okay, good to know. They have Artifact Hate. We are back. Okay, my recording froze for a second. So they have sacrificed their Solitude for a sacrifice. I am debating whether I want to counter the sacrifice or counter whatever comes after the sacrifice. I think I will be countering the sacrifice, because then they don't get the mana. I feel like mana is what they need here. I don't want them to hard cast a Grief on me or whatever, so that's fine. This just happens. I'll get a white Surveil land. Keep sculpting. White Surveil. Tamiyo is good. I'll keep Tamiyo, because Tamiyo will just start taking over the game. Obviously, they've shown us that they they've shown us that they play something like Solitude, but I think if they want to go down 2 cards to kill Tamiyo, that's already good for us. So yeah, they play Witch Enchanter, which makes sense, I guess. Play another land. They didn't shock that in, so they don't seem to have the Necro dominance. Oh, Cleansing Wildfire? Oh, word. Okay, I'm just gonna tap this and that. Right, do I need a red source? Let's just blow up their land. Draw a card. I didn't even fathom how broken Cleansing Wildfire is against this deck, by the way. And I could flip Tamiyo here, but I don't think I want to. I'm going to hold up Leyline Binding. It's safer to hold up Leyline Binding. I can draw on there instead. I didn't even fathom how broken Cleansing Wildfire is against this deck. They play nothing. Instead, I'll crap the clue. This is how Tamiyo takes over the game. So now I'm going to go up cards every time. Drew Mana Drain. Swords is pretty useless, but that's okay. We're basically, now we're trying to build up a mana and card advantage so that we can eventually just go for a Phlage and just win the game. We have the Arena of Glory in play already. Let's see what they draw. Play another land. Pass. We can draw a card here. They're slow. It's slipping away from them because Tamiyo is going to keep drawing cards. I can now Subtlety in their end step as well. I drew the land. That makes my Leyline Binding cost 1. That's cool. Keep attacking. Pass the turn. And I don't think I need a Subtlety though. I'm not gonna Subtlety because I don't need to. Because I can just draw cards. I just keep drawing cards. And eventually they'll just die. My turn. The One Ring. I don't think I need the One Ring anymore. We're past that point. Here I can just attack with Tamiyo again. I can flip Tamiyo, but I can just do that. No, I can't do that on the end step. I'm not going to flip Tamiyo. Tamiyo is doing what she needs to do. I'm just going to keep drawing cards. Shock. So they're going for something? Hard cost like Solitude or something? Goblin Charbelcher. Just going to counter that. Dark Ritual, sure. Sorin. What is that gonna put into play? Like a Vein Ripper? I'm just gonna stop that from happening. And they are out. Nice. So we destroyed them, honestly. Obviously, game 1 they took it from us because game 1 they're just good against us because they're a fast combo deck and we're a slow control deck. So if they just have a game 1 they win. But then our sideboard plan proved to be super effective. I actually did not remember. I wasn't even thinking about how broken this card is, Cleansing Wildfire, in the matchup. As I was putting this in my deck, I had Stone Rains in my sideboard at first, but then I decided, okay, I'm gonna switch Stone Rain for Cleansing Wildfire just because it's cheaper and it cantrips. So like, and I'm okay with my Shift and Show opponent putting a basic land into play, right? Or my my Titan Fuel opponent putting a basic land into play because they're gonna have lands anyway. But I completely forgot that Oopsal Spells is a matchup and that this just destroys Oopsal Spells. So Cleansing Wildfire is a good sideboard card, not gonna lie. Obviously this game was just a back and forth and then you just stabilize. And that's exactly where Tamiyo is now in the deck. I think Tamiyo is amazing. You just stabilize so easily. And yeah, I'm gonna put the Sorin back on top here. Because I don't want to deal with whatever this is. If it's a Vein Ripper, they're gonna make me sacrifice my Tamiyo. I don't really want to do that. If it's a whatever that big card is, that big vampire is, I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, yeah, pretty cool. Just destroyed Oopsal spells. So yeah, that is the cyber plan of that deck, of this deck against that deck. I wonder what they were playing in the sideboard for me. Probably just more hand hate, but yeah, pretty good matches. I'll see you guys in the post game chat. And we are back for the post-game chat. Yeah, three. I literally played 3 games and won 3 games. This is obviously still my strongest deck right now. And obviously because of the ranked reset that was a while ago, I'm in platinum, so that doesn't really mean much on Arena, but like I would say that my opponents, especially in best of 3, aren't like maybe not on their RCQ game, but Yeah, I think this deck is really good in general. Just Jeskai control. It's not even Jeskai control. It's blue-white control with Phlage as a win condition. Just a very broken deck. And then our sideboard plans against various strategies are pretty solid in my opinion. What I think is definitely something you can do if that's what you prefer. You can play Rest in Peace over Surgical Extraction, but if you play Rest in Peace, obviously you have to board out your Phlages. And Narset is also not as good under Rest in Peace because she needs a graveyard to steal from, and Rest in Peace is symmetrical. It exiles all graveyards, right? So yeah, you're gonna have to find an alternate win condition if you want to play Rest in Peace, maybe another Jace or something. And yeah, that's that. But yeah, we have very strong plans against stuff like Show and Tell with High Noon, and we have very strong plans against whatever else is in the format right now. Honestly, this deck is just very good. I think this deck has no bad matchups. It only has bad draws. I've been saying this all the time. And I'm very, very happy with the one-off Tamiyo. She shows up exactly when you need her, and she just stabilizes and takes over the game. It's very powerful. So yeah, Cleansing Wildfire really, really overshot what I thought this card would do. Against Oopsal spells, this obviously is 2-mana Stone Rain draw card. People just can't really come back from that, especially in Oopsal spells where they don't really play many lands anyway, because they just want to combo you out. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck. I think if you want to play best of three, obviously sideboarding is a very subjective thing. It depends on what you like doing. Some people don't like having a juke in their sideboard. Some people prefer straight up symmetrical graveyard hate on a permanent instead of a targeted removal spell. Like for example, they were able to discard by surgical, but if I had a rested piece, I would have just had that in play, and they would not have been able to do anything with that. But yeah, High Noon's obviously very interesting card. If you like it, you play it. If you don't, you don't. This, I think, is a very good card against Show and Tell, but you can also board into a High Noon control deck by taking out your One Rings. The reason why I take out my One Rings when I board into High Noon is because you end up with all these cards just stuck in your hand and you're taking damage from your ring because you can only cast one spell a turn. The One Ring is very good when you're trying to multi-spell, especially off mana drain mana. You're just trying to cast multiple spells in a turn. That's why you need the One Ring. Whereas High Noon says you only get one spell a turn, so you end up with all those cards just stuck in your hand. Either way, didn't run into Boros aggro this video, but this deck is tuned to beat that. We have 3 Wrathless guys, Supreme Verdict, One Rings, a bunch of removal, so that's basically, we're pre-boarded. We barely board anything in. Against Boros, I think we boarded maybe an Orim's Chant and a Wrathless guys, and that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the best of 3 content. Me personally, I'm more of a best of 1 gamer, but whenever you guys, if you guys want to see a deck in best of 3, just leave it in the comments below the deck. If I play it in best of 1, just say like, look, is there a best of 3 version of this? I'll either hook you up with a deck list, or I will literally just play it on the channel for you guys. I'm very open to, obviously, comments, criticism, whatever. But yeah, let's open a pack real quick and end off this video. Alright, so we have an MH3 pack. Just jump right in. We got a rare. Galvanic Discharge, obviously that's just going to go towards our Vault Progress because we already have 4, but this is a very good card if this is the first time you would be drawing it. And let's just see what our rare is. Psychic Frog. That's probably one of the best rares in the set. I think this is my 4th Psychic Frog as well, so I could start building a Psychic Frog deck now. Especially since they just printed Damnation in the special guests of Duskborn. Dimir control is very strong, so we might be doing a Psychic Frog control deck next. Probably not next, because next I want to show you guys my Orim's Chant deck. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. You guys are keeping a... Okay, let's try that one again. You guys are what is keeping me afloat. And yeah, just amazing viewers. You guys are the best. I really enjoy making content for you guys, and I hope to keep doing this because it's really fun. Yeah, that was best of 3. Let me know if you really enjoyed best of 3. If you want to see more best of 3 lists. I wouldn't say I'm the best at making sideboards because again, I play a lot of best of 1. But I feel like I can do it to a certain extent, right? So if you guys enjoy best of 3, let me know. I'll play more of it for you, and that's pretty much it for me. I'm the Control Guy, and I bid you all farewell. Peace.